Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sognsdal Saga series here on the Lord Master channel, in which again I believe this would be the last couple of episodes that I will record for this series, hopefully. Even though it's kind of crazy to think that this series started way back in November, and some think I should have ended it back in February have I continued on a regular rate, but I just don't do. It seems I've been recording and posting videos a bit irregularly now. And the reason for that is more personal stuff in real life, nothing like relationship-wise. No, I'm a single man, I'm doing fine. I'm happy with it. Well, what I mean is there's other things that I like to do in life now more than, video recording. So, yes, Lord Master does declare that there is life outside of this, Yes. It's just more of a old passion of mine that I like to do, which there's no reason to bring it up, because that would take up some time for this video and all that. But now, let's got some business to take care of. Our main priority is just wait until the integration phase comes in which everybody's got to do all of these things, including building buildings and castle and city holdings, which everybody within this radius has to, do that. What has to involve characters, right? Is that correct? Let's read here. So, talk about catalysts. They are primary activators of catalysts. What about interlopers? What do they do? Let me read that again. They say nothing about that. Nothing. In that case, we shall continue on with this, and plus we don't make as much money as we would like, and going to raid other countries for loot, well, that's going to be a little bit difficult to do so. So now we got to think about raiding. Look up here, they're intervening in a few wars. They're a bit busy now, but they may soon wrap it up. We can raid the northern lands up there by land. We don't need to go by sea for this. Raid a few of these areas, and we be golden. Is that all there is? Okay, we don't need to take the sea route because I wanted to go raiding again. And no, I don't want a new throne. I'll give that chair to somebody else, if anybody wants one. So assemble here. It'll take a while to get everybody over here. Somebody wants to kill my cupbearer. You're the Reaver, so get to it. Actually, start here. We'll make quick one. mayor's wife. That's a ransom. Oh, and do not forget, for integration, be sure to send your courtiers off to somewhere. If they're willing, of course. See? Another war that they're intervening in. Again, we cannot fight wars against them. They got so many allies, and if we want allies, you gotta, you know, ask the powerful pagan realms if there are any out there, which can be problematic, so we ought to watch out for that sort of thing. Now, anyways, continue on. Want? I'm playing a board game with my court gesture. It's a friendly game of Henefetafel, my favorite. Probably is already waiting to begin our little Henefetafel match. Sad waiting with Competigramus with large cost reaches. Neck and neck, though neither of us even close to victory. I am not generally much of one for rules. Times my one. But Henefetafel makes me see the appeal just a little. They let you force other people to admit that you're better than them sometimes. Stab the board. Our match marches on. Then I continue with several well-executed strategies. Blasted, somehow this woman seems to counter every strategy I've employed. She's starting to win. Neither of us even close to victory. An Henefetafel like war was a matter of logistics. Match marches on. She counters every strategy employed. Generally, I don't know which is easier, Lament Simon. Beating you with an Henefetafel or telling tale of your embarrassing loss. This isn't gonna work. You'll never see my moves coming. So now, match marches on. Beyond a continue with a robust attempt to coherent strategy. Naturally, my techniques cunningly fool my opponent. I'm in the lead for now. Every so close I can taste you. It seems next. Well, that you have me at a slight disadvantage for now. Screw it, Hail Mary this. With a smug smile, I placed my final piece upon the board. I witnessed my triumph today. From the start, I had complete trust that Odo would see me as the victor, but there could be no other way. At this, I remained seated, hands on her hunches, trying to comprehend where she went wrong. Yeah, I'd love to play again sometime. Made a friend here. Board games like these will be part of the tournaments feature on the upcoming Tours of Tournaments DLC and update. I saw Dev Diary earlier this afternoon, this time of recording. All the more reasons why I need to finish this series. Need to finish the series sooner rather than later. Is that Poland? No, Sorbia. Is Sorbia a kingdom or a chiefdom? It is a kingdom. Yeah. Oh. Not feeling well, bleeder and infirm. He's about to die. And is to be led by a child. Is Sorbia. Sorbia's not at war at the moment, but they're raiding through these lands. Don't overstay your welcome too much, because Germany is gonna be coming after you, and they be angry. This way. You want your grandson? That's an army. Oh, it's just a war just started locally. Don't mind them. Just get them out of the way, then we'll raid their place. That's a landed ruler. Hi, what are you doing down here? I'd love to recruit you because you are a Swedish and of our faith. Nobody's raided the Sorbian capital yet, so I guess it's a good opportunity to cross over the border this way and then go into the Sorbian capital since they didn't raid everything there. Grand Temple is finished. The Grand Temple in Jordvik. It is done. And you know what that means. Huh. Yes. Although we could upgrade a little more to these, which I'm willing to spend some money on that. But remember, constructability and cast holding helps. Every little bit helps. They didn't say anything about temple holdings. All you need is the money. Yes. This is all about nation building and helps with the integration bit by bit. And we'll be sure to send someone to Greenland. Recruit settlers to go to Greenland. Send a courtier to Greenland. Okay. Now here's the question. Who wants to go to Greenland? Who is willing? Because it's got to be someone with a very high opinion towards me. Those who are just as your courtier and not doing nothing. You there. How'd you like to go west? Reasons? Boldness, energy, contention. Oh, and don't forget, it costs money to send people out, so we may want to put that on hold. Just raid the last few places and we'll go home. Are they still at war? That's not Germany. That's Bavaria. Oh dear, I think we pissed off the wrong people. Don't overstay your welcome too much. Just right there, then go to the Sorbian capital, then we'll go home. My vassal here, Sir Matthias, approaches me in private with clear doubt in his eyes. He explains to me that his faith has faltered due to his time spent guarding the war against the Catholic and fraternizing with the other. His words are not just. Phil says, if the slightest mistake, this could push him away from it. Yet this is an opportunity to straighten out further as well as our relationship. I'll reignite his fervor myself. He shall remain faithful. Vulcanstein. Togava is the capital of Sorbia here, even though in actuality the Sorbian capital is actually just down there in Zen. We took the skull goblet made from the skull of this woman. And we got your mama. Pay up. That's good money. And we'll raid this last place and then we are out of here. Unless you want to raid a little more of the Sorbian land that was missed out here. I mean, what do they have? Small country, they can't take on our army. And now, our next dynastic legacy, Heavenly Vaults, which you get to construct a mausoleum branch of the Embellish the City decision chain, which we already embellished the city, as you saw in the previous episode. Now we get to do this. And you will gain 250 renown when completing a secular building in the embellished city. What they mean by that is secular buildings are one of two types of architectural buildings and are used primarily by the landed ruling class, or more generally by those who do not belong to the clergy and can only be built in the capital. Yeah, we are adventurers and patron of the arts that we are into. They only raided this part of land. Raid on the north and then we're out of here. We're gonna be starting in 46 days. Okay, we can raid one more place and then we gotta go back. Very much. Because we got buildings to build. We got some possible court here that wishes to go to Greenland. Yeah, we have to return now. So get to this here river, which I'll be glad to go home, and then land here. Be there in 50 days. Actually, we do have that one organizer that could get these guys moving faster. If he's still around. Correct. One moment. Alright. It's a great amount of loot here. And now you have profits. That's monthly piety per one night. Plus one per night. And faith creation and reformation cost has halved 50%, which means whenever I wish to, even though my health is good, whenever I wish to, I can reform the faith. Well, you can reform it right now, but this is how much it's going to cost you. The cost will increase if you try to make so many changes, but I'm not going to do that in this episode, because it's because there's absolutely no reason to just yet. I'll probably do it in his 70s, like late in his character's life. That's when he'll reform the faith, and then it'll feel like a truly a newer era that would come at this given time. They should all be matrilineally married. But I'm looking for alliance powers now. Kingdom of Kiev. Jewish. Well, they do have the syncretic folk traditions. Heir to Ushida in Chernobyl. So there we got one. It's one alliance, but we do have the money and the manpower if we wish to intervene in their wars. But it's kind of far away from, you know, what we feel is a much more credible threat. Besides Kiev, who else? Ah, Lithuania, the one with the recently reformed faith. They'll do. Yes. Now, Lithuania is more reasonable. Don't forget, many of our people of the old faith live there still. Be mindful of that. My goodness, the Abbasid realm. They have been encroaching into Anatolia to deal with what was left of the Byzantine Empire. Orthodox. Greeks. Huh. Next time we raid, remember, raid Al-Andalus, because Cordoba here is the home of the European Ivory Carving Center. That's where the big prize is, even more than Paris. Doesn't compare. But in the meantime now, let us construct a mausoleum here. The first step in the making of the city of the world's desire has been taken. Trondheim is more alive and beautiful than ever before, and its people are grateful to the Sognsdal name for making it possible. This city is intrinsically linked to my dynasty. It is only right that this alliance be carved in stone. Once we have that development level will change with +3. Because we'll have a mausoleum here. Every house member, dynasty member will respect me. So we'll be able to interact with the construction through several events. That is very expensive. After all, we have been big spenders as of late. Now, I urge you, who wants to go to Greenland? Has to be a courtier who's got nothing better to do. 50-50. I don't know about you. How about you? Oh. I believe the qualifications would be someone of boldness. Usually people who are brave would be, like this man for example. Boldness and energy. Though he's one of the good fighting men. Okay, but who is not of the... Again, that could be... Okay, what's that person's name again? Simon. Simon Cameron. 50-50. Try it. After some deliberation, I've decided to heed your request, though it was not an easy choice to make. I'll now settle on the western side of my Greenland as you wish. I thank you for this opportunity. I'll do my best to contribute to the settlement there. See, it worked. I wish his best. No need to build that mausoleum right now. Alliances are to be made. Everybody's reinforcing. It'll take a while. Oh boy. I was just reading some things. Perhaps we should pay a visit to Cordova. But the question is, can our spies even reach that? Yes, we do. I want to know their numbers of how much they are, how many defenders we are expecting. Unless they're currently at war, which they are not. So be careful. We'll hear back from them soon. Because I am not going down there until we find out their numbers. Then we'll send on. Remember, each building you build, it's going to make progress. Our development's 25. Hey! Send more development to the capital here. Well, it's actually going to take a little longer than that. Because each development that goes up, it gets us to the early medieval era a little faster. Because now it's going to be 6 years from now. Which will be around 1049. Will be that year that we'll be into the new era. Check it. This is appalling. Tunsberg, really? I mean, these areas are pretty developed enough for the areas that I hold in my domain. Jorvik 16, Lincoln 11. But this, that's where our culture is. As I said, that is appalling. It's because of these damned classes you're making. Each time you do that, you are killing its development. Whereas up here, it's more stable. But nevertheless, we should keep developing it here. And maybe perhaps build another city. Of course it's wrong type. Hey! Never mind, because if I take master focus off here for a while, I'm not expected to live long. Unless you want to go for increased development account efficiency to increase it even more. Alright, there's all these things. And knowing that I've been spending a lot, like perhaps we should switch that to stewardship at the moment. Wait, look, your health is very good right now. It'll turn fine, so I don't think it hurts to switch up to wealth focus, yes. Switch the books. If you got any stewardship books, go get it. And here's the deal. We should focus on these things. Yes. So I took off the medicine focus, and I'm still very healthy. So we'll focus on bringing more wealth in. And we'll use that wealth. 17,000! But they got negative money, so it's time for a raid, boys. We're going to raid the richest part of the Europe. Start in Cornwall and we'll make our way down here. Wormtongue, they calls him. Is everybody in the realm Muslim now? Nope, there's still Christians there and up there. And there's even a little bit of Jewish there. Remember, I can be the one that'll get you guys over there faster. I have the means. Be there in 2 months to raid in and around Cordoba. It's a metropolis now. All the more reasons. And there's plenty of loot in these holdings as well. The latest work of my vassal, the one Edgar, has become all the rage of court as of late. This piece steals a memory and what we left behind. Edgar has publicly dedicated it to me. A lament for the Crusader. He is not leaving this world eventually apart. His works surrounding the happy retired. This rare enough for men to admit what did he leave behind is shit. Okay, that last part kind of threw me off a little. All they leave behind is shit. I can see this is truly heartfelt. That's all they leave behind is shit. Anyways, those books. Do I have any stewardship related books? There it is. Here's one. My great grandmother. Ah, excellent. So there you go. We have these books for a while. And I am reminded of something. My personal artifacts. Fix that. Back scratcher, no need to fix that right now. So that's my intent. I will take a couple of perks that relates to all this. Although I don't think I'll become an architect by the end of it, no. Only what is necessary. Okay, here's what we're gonna do here, since I have a long life ahead of me. Get this, this, and this, and then go over there, this, and then that. Do I have dread? No, I don't. So, no need for that. And then go back to medicine. That's the idea. Gotta be the jack of all trades here. About to land here. So get our Master Reaver. Look at you. You're a proper Viking now. Need you to raid the countryside fast. We see them. My friend, a word, please. I have story. Your own approaches me with a brief law while attending the coordinates. Just to a less populated spot in the room I found. I'm concerned about the state of Trondheim Castle. While holding in the meeting rooms, you all notice the horrific smell. You must discover the latrines the floor below. I implore you to consider paying the fixed and neglected parts of the building. I hope he can handle this matter. Nope! I spent big! Damn it! We're gonna have that for the mausoleum. Get the jackpot. Quick! We got the wife. Get out of here. Move these big body of troops fast. If you're gonna get caught, then it's gonna be bad. Oh yes, I forget. You don't have the money. What happened to your children? Executed. 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 Next door neighbor. Chances are even. Okay. Okay, I'll take over here. We'll probably win. Opponents recently disembarked, which actually that will not matter now. So we have more advantage. So we'll make our stand here in these farmlands. This is gonna hurt. These guys are formidable. Plus, Holy Warrior. Actually, hold that thought. Every little bit helps to gain a bit more advantage. Killed another one of their knights. There goes another one of them knights. Right. Continue raiding. There's plenty of good loot out there. So I guess we're going to be sticking around here. We held our own. Because this is by far the most developed realm in all of Europe, I believe. If not, then it's definitely Constantinople. Whatever's left of it. Yeah, I'll play a board game. The eminent talker, they calls you. You think you can outthink me? I wish I could take credit for this short victory this one. It's all the work of Davis. Strong arm, strong dial. Starting to win. You're not much of a strategist, are you? Just as I planned. This is gotta be the sudden death here. Do it. I'll lose this one. Well, the better woman won. No reason to hold grudges at this point. Now we gotta get all that money back. And then build that mausoleum. Raid this part here. What kind of death? There are those who argue that quick death is better, for it will be less painful and you won't have as much to worry and ruminate over. Others believe a slow, gradual death is preferable, for it gives one time to let go of regrets, pray, and make peace with one's family, friends, and Odin. It's better if one has time to prepare before passing on. Which reminds me. I have a holy warrior here, defending a major river crossing. Don't be no hero. Then we'll raid there, then we'll get out of here. I don't think we want to overstay our welcome here. We just want to get all the roughly the same amount of gold as we had before we spent it on that stupid little thing. Hold your ground, they're coming again. Off your top. Right, the boys. Let's skedaddle. So we could raid the smaller realms, smaller, weaker ones. Sure, let's do that. I'll be leading though, in case we get attacked again. They're still valuable in loot, so raid these weaker realms. We already took out the richest ones. Now all we gotta do is raid the smaller, weaker ones. Though my parents have passed away for quite some time, I sadly recall a warm and happy memory of them today. Regardless of my feelings about them while they were alive, even after death, my memories of them can bring me joy. I am glad. Anyone though, I think it frets us through the day for that tended front of roads. At last to make our way to the dining big ships. My host, they say, Hoga Aldun, your nephew, takes his part of claims to your lands more seriously. He maintains that he personally wronged your continued rule of his rightful domain, Norway in particular. Are you talking about that one all the way from Austria? I shall write to him at once. You live our way, you are a giant, so you need to be at peace. Thank you very much. No, not now. I might be needed still. The free tenant rent takes on my land in Lindsay has pulled it an exceptional harvest this season due to his meticulous planning. He wishes to use some of his parts to purchase a piece of my estate from me, so I can build upon his success and grow more crops next year. You could pay me a hard coin, and the land is his. Independent farmlands. I'll take it. I'll take any kind of money these days. I don't sit on that throne. My antiquarian dog has approached through the word expressors. My lord, I've grown increasingly concerned about your Danish throne. The state of utter disrepair has fallen into it's coming apart. My utility restored now, but not all is lost. If you allow me, I could break it down into useful parts to be used in a future artifact. But do proceed. Break it, and we'll use some of that wood for other purposes, whatever it may be. Keep going. Hardly any value there, so we'll stick to the coast. Get one off of that. That belongs to this room. A dramatic scene unfolds in my audience chamber as my Vassal of Magnus accuses Ragnar, the son and heir of this echo of impregnating his daughter out of wedlock. The Hesir Karo indignantly claims there is no proof of his son's guilt. Either it was him, sure it was Gorm's fault for being a loose woman. The argument is heating up. I must do something before things get out of hand. He's a kobold, knows Magnus nothing. It's just for his stewardship experience. What did I get? Oh yeah, that thing. Keep going. We're getting way more than what we would typically get. So, Hispania is actually much more valuable. And is. Calm down. No? You greedy bastard. And whose realm is this? Ah. Nothing to be concerned about. Oh, damn it. Okay, you finished your looting. Okay. We'll go home soon because we're actually gonna get more loot than we would typically get on that last raid. Although to be fair, Sorbia wasn't as valuable as we thought it would. But this here will do. I've discovered that Odoman Alfred's heretic contract obliges to more than you have collected. Time to right this wrong. Actually had a tiny effect. Right here, then we're good. Unless you want to fill it all the way. $50 gold. This will do because I know that I'll be spending a lot in future for more structures. Keep it up. One second. A call to war, you say. Northman Army Conquest. Well, I'm already at the max, so it doesn't matter to me, so I will decline on that. I'm already at the max, so not terribly worried. And plus, we're in the middle of the raid, and it's going to take a while for us to get back home and then collect our earnings and reinforce. Last one. Don't need it to fill it up to the brim. Good enough. Now, take us home. To Cornwall. Because I'm about to finally construct that mausoleum. And I'm sure some of you are obviously like, why don't you raid Brittany? You know, that one's got some development. Yeah, they do have some loot, but there are places better than others. And plus, my kin lives there. Now remember, my dynasty lived there. So they should be best left alone. Especially the amount of renown that we gain these days. Three kings. Now who are those kings to be exact? Maharashtra, Brittany, Vladimir. Oh, really? You formed a kingdom of Vladimir. Excellent! Well done! Have fun with your beekeeping enterprise. 1290 gold. Now, let's construct that mausoleum. Immortal as stone. And we still got some leftover money to be used for any upcoming events that you may have to use. Now please remember that your development level as of right now for Trondheim is 26. Preparations for the final resting place of the proud heirs of Bjorn have begun. Sketches and parchments of old plans of the city are scattered around my chambers, and many of the workshops of Trondheim fight for the chance to build it. What will it really be? I mean, I've become more of a holy man these days. So I'll say a pious chapel. Edo's got twins. More daughters. One who's quick, comely, and hale, and the other intelligent and comely. Just trying to figure out twin son names. Bodilda and Ulfilda. There you go. Those are twin names. Religious institutions own many places in the city, all under a different jurisdiction. Wherever I choose to construct my chapel, will certainly elevate the temple that owns it, and anger the ones who don't. What about the palace chapel? An ancient crypt from long before it has been found under the rubble as my men laid the foundation of the chapel. It is stone built and masterfully painted with figures of old stories. But time hasn't been kind to this old ruin, flooded and eroded. It is only a question of patience before it falls down on itself. I can tear it down and use it to build my own or expand it. Let me try the best to try and save it. Build it anew. I'm willing to spend on that. As the final chapels, the final touches on the chapel are completed, I am posed a question. Who is it for? The people have a right to pray in it. It's for all of us. Because I'm a generous man. Always in need for a new antiquarian. You'll do. Because we own a part of England. That's why. That option's up. Oh, I know what this is. Why would you honor that Scotland Grunhild with the position and not me? My Cortez was livid. Very, he had concerned that honor of all, but no one else. Yeah, you do deserve a position. I guess. You'll be a court musician. Anything to help with the, grandeur. Yes. Hi, Odin, this party is boring. Anna's got to be the worst host in the world I ever seen. The worst host the world has ever seen. How can mortal man be expected to endure this snoring celebration of mediocrity? I asked Customer looking for diversion. Hey, Nina. Berto gives me a friend away from nearby balcony. You gotta do something to stop the Zoom dragging on. Perhaps I got to know Berto better. Friends. Come on, we're getting there. Just pay up. Meanwhile, in 3 years' time, in 1049 AD, shall be the year that the Norwegian culture is in early medieval. I got money to spend, if there's any, regarding the whole court. Go for it. Hamada Bowman is visibly motivated by scrambles. Great Kesari. There's much potential in the FLK of the... Is that the one with, what you call? Yeah, up here, that's by Jorvik. That's what we're talking about here. So there's much potential there for a regional center of commerce and artisans. With funds for construction, the groundwork for the area's first city could be laid. It's going to go by all the villages. I had considered building a city then. But remember, if you do that, so you'll be spending 320 gold. You start the construction, 320 will be refunded if construction is manually cancelled. If you choose to do that. And you will gain city funded, which would help its development. Or something for him to do, which it'll be doing a great job, so therefore it would spend less. 27% chance I'll spend just as much as I would. But 9% chance unlikely you'll spend even more. Would be 25 years. So something for him to do. I should have looked at anyways. When man approaches, my throat's clear to comment. My lord, he begins the speech. I represent the local community of Trondheim. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All have been dug up and left no trace. At first, we feared wild animals, or obscure powers of war. And your own court physician Sophia was caught red-headed, hauling the dead away for experience. Please, put a stop to this blasphemy. Maybe I just cut it off. Civic robbery. God Gary's Sigtrade, who has been clearly working himself about something that greets me. Like I saw that the dogs of Grimsby thinks they're better than us, he spews, cracking the haughty jokes each market day. Kronberg, the chattering hag, needs to be put in her place, and those heretical fools made to respect our daughter, the superior Copsada. You will stop this foolishness. Where did it begin? Business here is done. City's under construction there. It'll take 5 years. So in the meantime, let's build some more buildings. Anything to contribute. I'll even finance the construction of some of the other cities. Like here. Why aren't there any buildings here? Gotta have guilds. I'll even build a city here. Again, I'm willing to finance all this. A prospective showman. My lord, I've come before you to ask any chance to prove myself, says my daughter Rona. I shifted a little my throne, intrigued what a court a strange listen. You are a showman already. Despite being an equal of any of you, I am forbidden to take up your place in the shield wall or commanding your troops. I would challenge Ali to duel the showman medal in combat. The showman medal in combat. Very well, you may duel him even though you're expected to... Oh, you did win. Well done. Finally, the mausoleum is finished, and the Sognsdal name will stand its cruel tests of time. Triumph, love, prosperity. 150 renown. Now it has a development of 29. Now please remember, if we want to turn this into a Metropolis, you gotta have the development to 30 and... Wait a minute, 30? Once before we can do that. As I turned another year older today, I am reminded of the splendid birthday party my friends Orn and Alcott arranged for me years ago. How joyous it was to feel the kindness and warmth of our friendship made so evident. I remember as though we were yesterday. We feasted and danced, and you presented me with a wonderful gift. I think I still have my fine on the nature beauty lying around somewhere. It's a court artifact, which I'm never going to use that. The development is 29, and it's only 2 years. While taking a drink from the stream near my residence, I observe colorful, pretty pebbles deposited on the river. What shiny little things, these pebbles? Son of a beeswax. We're turning Trondheim into the city of world's desire alright. Again. 1,200 gold is needed, and development level's almost there. No, thank you. I got other means. Does that mean it's time for raiding season again? Likely. But the question is, where? You're gonna purchase me a truce? How much money are you gonna give me? You got it. I never have any problems with the Finns. And thank you for giving me tribute in gold. 1,200 is how much it needs. How much does Constantinople have? The development's 89, which is obviously really insane when you think about it, but look at all that loot that's just in there. Just loot the place, and then we are golden. In more ways than one. Think. Do we have the range to... No, we just fell short. Actually, hold that thought. He does have holdings there. Okay. No, he does not. Does not have the depository, but he can with its vassals. For reasons. Okay, what about the Thalia? Capua is a powerful realm in itself. And our development's high, so there's gotta be some value in that. Kingdom of Capua. What about Czechia, Bohemia? Not as developed. I don't think development... no, it's not worth raiding that area. Alright, it's all worth the risk. So it looks like 1050 is definitely the year of the new era. One would think, right? All we need is the money. I mean, he might as well be the architect himself. And I better switch back to the medicine focus soon. 8,000. Yep, we found our next target to raid. There's some money down in Italia, and we will raid there. And don't forget, near the end of my life, reform the faith. Because that's what I tend to do now. I was thinking about going Catholic, but I realized, nah, just reform the faith. It's just out of convenience than anything else, to be real honest. I'll take you there. There's plenty of loot to be had. In the meantime, another task for you. How many troops does Rome have? And how far is it to travel from Cornwall to there? 4 months. Okay. We'll raid there first, before we change our mind. Because I have a faster naval speed. Way to go, Ragnar. Successful major wars hunt. Almost there. a month from now we'll be there. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3. We'll be there in 10 days. And you? 20 days. Wait here a bit. See how much troops does the papacy have before we even think about landing there. Just wait a while. Great, yes, okay. They have 6,000 men. Okay, Rome it is. Change course. It's gonna take a while because they have the 4 levels so damn high. I'm trying to build a city here, so get it done faster. Settlement of Rome. Horn strong, golden grid is followed by raiders. We have run vast tracts of land. I made our courteous subjects, shine treasure, pontifex, Maxus, Sergius. I was about to say, what culture are you? Cartanian. In other words, Slovenian. A Slovene pope. That'll definitely hurt its development. Add 100 loot. Not the usual 30. Raid the whole countryside. Ostia. I'm not used to seeing South Slavic language spelling of these places. I mean, Rimu, that kind of gives it away. Because I know what Rome is in South Slavic languages. Cool. I'm judged harshly for my hospitality towards Ned the criminal, who was avoided by most everyone on account of their wicked faith. My failure to condemn and continue proximity to this irredeemable fiend precedes his open tolerance, tarnishing my court's reputation in the eyes of the elders and faithful. They have forced my hand. Now I must decide whether my courtier's crimes far outweighed my effects for him. Surely something was done. Our courtiers really so hard to replace. That's unusual. And Avanach and Ukonusko. That's an odd combo. For the sake of court grandeur, it's time to arrest the beast. Vaticano. Oh, just get this. Get the rest. We're gonna be here for a while. Hey! Get the Reaver! Actually, no. Hang on. Just in case if, just in case if I get that little event where... Nope. Oh yeah, we gotta do all these soon when we return. What have you done? That reminds me. 23 months left. That building over there. In that city. Carver skills. Anything to up the development faster. Which will get it done in 7 months. And then when we return from the raid to Rome, we will turn this into a Metropolis, and subsequently, we will have our capital to be a Metropolis, and then we'll begin to set out on these expeditions to the west. We're not going to raid Capua, we'll be wasting more time, honestly. You know, I believe Capua is at war, because I saw their troops earlier. Yes, they are at war. So I'll probably just raid there and the capital. Yeah, just this settlement, and then the capital simply for the sake of it, and then we'll get out. When you raid their capital, you may have prisoners. Prisoners to ransom. Done. Okay. 50 gold. I will take them home. Because faster naval speed, that's why. Back to Cornwall. It'll be 4 months' time. Welcome to the new era. The new era begins in 6 months. Oh, the stars are aligning. The timing of everything. This is why we ought to get home soon. Get all the money back. Land ho! Here we go. It's about as much as we could get. 986. What we need is a successful expedition, and then we're good. But there's other things to do, you know. Such as another successful walrus hunt. And send support. House of Worship. Okay. Support Greenland. Let's try this again. Construct that temple over there. Help out. That's 200 gold for you. And then send an expedition to the west. Hilluland was a failure, but that was just random beyond our control. And now you're gonna head to Markland. Oh, we'll think it over. Who is the most skilled courtier out of all of you? Who wishes to... Dagrun. You shall be the one, but be more martial oriented, so if anything happens, well, again, we tried that though, and that didn't go so. Although, to be real honest, it was just random, and she couldn't do anything that's, you know, really beyond our control. But do we really trust her? Because I'd rather have somebody with even skill just to handle any kind of situation. Especially now that she's a valued, you know. Just looking at the future. You start doing healthy, is your temperate. Shyness could be a problem, one would think. So, you know, sending it to the west, that's another way to disinherit that way, you know that? Oh, send somebody to the west now. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, anyways. You will be the expedition leader because the sum of all skills thing says so. If you can identify with natives, you know how to handle them. Speaking of courtiers. Who wants to go to the west? Okay, old people don't go there. How about you? Oh, you will. Well, you ain't got nothing better to do. And it's just due to her boldness and energy because she's diligent and stubborn. Send you off to the east. So that's another +5. And we'll definitely make it there. And development has just reached 30 now. Help me manage the domain a bit. And see if you can collect extra taxes. We'll stop with the development here for a while. Ransom a couple of prisoners if anybody gives a damn. Oh, not again! But do not fret. All we need now is to have a successful expedition, which it'll start in a few months. Do not spend on the Metropolis just yet. Another Lamathric concern. There comes a time when all must end and live, and hope for good words there is no dear. And when their final hour nears, hope shall they, for their name bring cheers. Your poems are just nothing but crud. But I can see it's truly heartfelt. I'm still feeling fine. Here it comes. right on time. We have joined the early medieval era, and today's the day that the expedition from Markland is going to set sail. I hope that my second daughter will do well here. So safe journeys to you. Domain taxes up if you were to choose that first. But since we rely on Scandinavian elective, I don't think this is necessary just yet. It would be nice to increase the size of the men-at-arms regiment so we can defend ourselves better. And this one here, advantage in mountains, forests, and Hagen. Let's go for Scandinavian feudalism first. It'll take about 34 years. Which when you get that, you can recruit these new type of heavy infantry. How does that compare to the, like say, Varangian veterans? Oh no, they're actually better. It's just to say that, well, just based on the appearance of the artwork here. Plus they counter against spearmen, other heavy infantry, and heavy cavalry. They only countered spearmen heavy infantry, so those things are killers when we get those in a couple of decades. So let's continue on. Offer a concubine? Sure, she can stick around. Even though I'm celibate. That just means, hey, a courtier. Call the war. It's Kiev. This is a claimant war. I am sorry I cannot be there, because I have my reasons again. Because I'm about to spend something really big, possibly next year or so. And please remember, ladies and gentlemen, if next year there will be some cultures that will get into the high medieval era, so you need 9 innovations if you want to get there. A messenger bird brings a message from Dagrun with an update about our expedition to Markland. Dagrun reports that she sent a few of her crew members to explore the area. She had hoped she would find something interesting or useful. Regretfully, these scouts had not traveled far when it came across a bear of unfathomably large size. They somehow enraged this beast, and so one of the crew, they all fled back to their boats. Last such incidents can only go show the dangers one might find exploring this region. Everyone knows that bears are not to be trifled with. Not a good start. Oh, I just remembered something. Our culture. We can add. Look, when I used to look up something, he's like, what do the Norwegian culture start with? I mean, obviously we inherited from the Norse of all these little features, but I know exactly what to choose. And by the way, that Conqueror is a Normandy thing. That's a totally separate thing. That's from one of the mods, not the other thing. We don't have these. What I am looking for is Maritime mercantilism, yeah, that's it. Look for that. Since you're so monetary intensive these days, it has to be on the realm. Yeah, that's the one. This one. Because that's, like, if you start 1066 as a Norwegian, this is one of the cultural traditions they start with. So I thought, well, let's do this in the Norwegian way. So in 21 years' time, the trade port line of buildings can be constructed one era early. Each of these coastal holdings in the counties of this culture provide an additional +10 tax. The world may be ruled by armies, but this culture knows that it's truly controlled by whomever dominates the flow of gold across the seas. Because we want to make more money. And since we always live by the coast, so this makes sense. So it's not going to be until 21 years, so that's 1070. So this is obviously going to be long after him. Messenger Bird brings me a message from Douglas with an update about our expedition to Markland. According to the message, the expedition is going well. Douglas says the crew just encountered a large number of seals, which is successfully hunted. Among the peoples of the north, seals are commonly used for meat and oil, and this has raised the morale of the crew greatly. Glad to hear it. Let's just hope for one more good outcome. One more. Please. For the love of the gods. Yeah, might as well organize that hunting trip to there. Have a great hunt. A messenger bird brings me a message from Douglas with an update about our expedition to Markland. In the course of the expedition, Douglas says they were slightly blown off course and ended up what seemed to be an unknown coastline at first. However, everyone soon started to recognize the geographical features as they corresponded with a description of the location mentioned in a legend about the voyages of an earlier explorer. Yeah, like many of us. Because the legend was somewhat vague about what this area was like, Dahlgren thought that this was an excellent opportunity to discern where the accuracy of the geographical details in the legend to map out the area and help future sailors and explorers traveling the region. On the other hand, maybe she might not discover anything new worth noting down, as the legend was clearly sufficient to help them navigate the area. Her learning is 8. It's a 50-50 shot. So, either just since she's an evil lackey is how she was described, but she's brave. For the sake of role-playing, I imagine she wanted to investigate there because she's bold. But her learning challenge, it's a 50-50, so there's a possibility that she does not discover any useful new information and wastes the resources, and that could potentially be bad. A 50% chance that Dahlgren discovers new, useful information, expanding on what was previously known from the legend. I continue reading the message. After spending a couple of weeks investigating the area, Dahlgren discovered that while the legend wasn't inaccurate, after all, that was how they recognized the geography of the region in the first place. It was missing some other information. Perhaps the previous explorer did not venture too deeply into this area, or perhaps due to the legend being vague in some parts, certain details were left out. Dahlgren and her crew took careful notes about the area's geography and other details such as the wildlife and plants living there. It is her hope that their discoveries will supplement the information already found in the legend. Great work exploring the area. Success! I forgot about that the designated region is a thing, but I have that in one of my mods. Which that designated region thing, that'll be the future of the upcoming DLC and update. Next month, remember, May 11th, that's when it comes out. But if you were to ask me, what country or where are you going to play as when this occurs? That I have no idea yet. I mean, I look forward to, you know, try out all these new features and such, but to determine where I do the next video series on, that I have no idea. Haven't determined it yet. And don't give me any ideas, because you know I'm a bit of a fickle person. I was going to go for centralization, but we got it up to 30. So get golden obligations, and maybe if we're lucky in 2 years' time, I'll get this and switch back to medicine. Because I like to live long. And if my time is coming, that's when I will reform the faith. Finally. Because we're just really stacking up on piety. All of the people in the court positions are going away now. The old generation's going away. The ships we sent on an expedition to Markland have returned. I went to meet Dagrun and asked her about the various adventures she had during the expedition. Unsurprisingly, there was much to tell. Fortunately, it appears the expedition was ultimately a success for the first time in a long time. During the expedition, she managed to acquire a lot of useful resources, contacts, and information while exploring this frontier region. There is no doubt that the boons of this expedition will greatly help the Greenland colony. Perhaps we could send another expedition to this region in the future. It would be another great opportunity to earn more glory for ourselves. Got some gold, some prestige. The resilience goes down because of one little bad episode. So I'm going to use an explorer. Has that explorer trait now. So way to go. And just for that, now it's going to take about 90 days. In 4 months, we will return to the integration phase. But more importantly, this is the moment. Architects and engineers have been congregating from my realm as of late. Many are sought after as master builders and improve their skills, and they have agreed to help us expand our capital to a proper metropolis. So your realm capital holding is converted into a metropolis holding. This decision can only be done once, so choose carefully, and it must be here. This is the new era, so lay the foundation. A new age of greatness is upon us. I have met with a steady stream of builders and architects, and plans for the magnificent city are taken form. The buildmaster foresees that the first bricks for the metropolis are ready to be laid. I will turn it into a metropolis, and it is indeed. And remember, in 21 years, 20 years, that we get to build these buildings of that next era, based on the one we're currently on. So when you have a metropolis, that just means oh my goodness, I mean, it's a town now, but when we get more money, which will occur in the next episode, we'll turn this into a city. And after that, then we'll turn it into a great city. And then after that, a proper metropolis. And then after that, and that, and then... goblins. I mean, are you sure that's the correct requirement, or am I crazy? No. Okay, let's reiterate here before we get out of this here episode. Manualism. Okay, we can only turn this to a city, but not a great city. Manualism, this is early medieval. Same for this one. And this, you gotta have windmills. That's high medieval. Cranes, this is late medieval. Okay, I get it now. So, we'll actually stop this episode here, because in this next episode, we are about to enter to the integration phase. And early on in this next episode, since I'm still around to live to tell about it, we will end the struggle, which will be in regional integration, and we'll see what the future holds from there. So, Trondheim is a metropolis, but the name is kind of deceiving as it's rather a town. But it'll be turned into a city when we go out on the next raiding expedition, which will be sooner rather than later. And of course, at some point in my later life, reform the faith. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode of development, spending it on buildings, getting to integration and all that. So the transition of this phase will be complete. So hope you people will join us in this next episode as a new era has truly begun here on the North Sea Empire. So until then, so long for now.